In this video, I'm going to give you guys the best stocks that you should be buying this month. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video if you can. We're really trying to grow this channel, and all this information is always free. In this channel, I talk about how to sell on Amazon, how to invest in stocks, how to grow your business, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go on the laptop and show you guys the best stocks that I consider that you should be buying, especially this month. I'm also going to give you guys tips and tricks of how you can always make money when growing your portfolio, and how you can actually grow it even if it goes up, even if the price of the stock goes up, or even if it goes down. I'm going to show you guys all the little tips and tricks of the more advanced things that what you could possibly do to always make money when investing online. So we have here the first stock, and this stock is Rocket Mortgage. It looks terrible. The chart looks absolutely terrible, but the business of the company is amazing. You have to realize that when investing in stocks, the company's performance doesn't relate to the stock price. You have to take that in consideration. What the stock is just basically buying pressure, supply and demand when it comes to it. That's literally the stock. If there's a lot of buying, the stock price is going to go up. If there's a lot of selling, it's going to go down. There's something Jeff Bezos said, especially for Amazon, that he had his business performing very well, and he saw the stock price go down. He never correlated them together. You have to consider that, especially when investing, but eventually it does catch up. So the performance of the stock, it will catch up eventually, but right now the stock of this Rocket Mortgage is extremely cheap. This is why I highly suggest you to be buying this, especially with the house market going to be crashing. We're probably going to see this around this maybe $6 range again. I personally think it's a great buying opportunity, especially if you're trying to grow a long-term portfolio. This stock, we all have heard of Rocket Mortgage, and they make every quarter over $1 billion. The EPS for this stock is around 5, and if you were to consider that with normal EPS's, earnings per share, to like other high tech, this stock should be trading at $170. This is an extremely cheap stock that you should consider buying long term, because when investing in this, you're investing in the future. If you want to hold it, I personally would hold it and wait down the line, especially when it grows. This is an example of how Square was. Square, which is now ticker symbol block, I believe, it was trading at $11 at one time. It popped up all the way to eventually $200 within the 5-year span. So if you're trying to like 10x your money even more, Rocket Mortgage is a great buying opportunity. I'm telling you guys, this is the #1 stock that I would be adding positions, especially when it gets a little bit lower, especially when that market crash of the housing, which is gonna happen. I feel like we're in a huge bubble right now, but Rocket, consider it, okay? So next 3 are going to be talking about is, of course, Tesla. Tesla's going to be, I believe, one of the biggest companies in the world, because they're going to be talking about, Elon Musk is even talking about robots, making robots, and he has all the technology and AI already generating to create that. So Tesla, I personally believe Tesla is going to be the biggest company in the world in a couple of years. And just because of technology is a #1 feature when investing in stocks, high tech stocks, high growth stocks. Tech is like, I believe, the #1 thing. So Tesla is a great buying opportunity. It was trading at the high of $414 at one point. I personally would like to see it a little bit lower, around this $250 range, to really add positions. I do think we're going to see another dip in the market. I would be patient. This is my personal opinion, but what I would personally do is buy little increments, fractional shares if you can. You could even invest $20 a day on Tesla, on all these stocks I'm going to be mentioning, fractional shares, and they could compound over time. What I like to use also to make sure I always buy it at the right time, if I want to buy a very large amount, is use the fear and greed index. This is going to allow you to see what's the fear and what's the greed in the market. And when there's usually extreme fear in the market, that's usually the best time to be buying stocks. That's usually like the best time you would see, if you correlate the extreme fear with the stock price, it's always at the best price to buy it at. So if you ever want to like see maybe how can I always get the best price when buying a stock or buying stocks in the market, check the fear and greed index. When it's very low and extreme fear, that's when you should be loading up positions as much as you can, because we all know the stock market goes up, down, but ultimately throughout the years it goes up. So consider that. Consider before you add a lot of positions, look at the fear and greed index. I'm going to have it in the description down below if you want to learn how to see that and just look at it. It's a great tool, especially if you're looking to long-term invest in your future. So Tesla is an amazing company. Add a lot of positions in this if you can, and compound those positions. Keep adding positions. Don't sell if you see the market crash. Don't do that. Just use this as a retirement over a savings account and consider investing in your future, and don't sell positions on great companies like this. People tend to get fearful and just liquidate their whole account, and then they try to buy something else, and then they may lose money in the stock market. The majority of people actually lose money in the stock market. It's crazy to say, but a lot of people do, because they use money and they look at their portfolio every day and they see if it's going up or down, and they sell their whole position. If you were to keep your position for a couple of years, you'll see it always grow. So consider that. Don't sell your position if you see it get lower. So Tesla, of course, Amazon, they just did a stock split of 20-1. This was trading at $2,000 not that long ago, and it has been up. I do think we're going to see another dip in the market, so consider Amazon if you see another dip in the market. And it was trading at around $100 at one point. I added a lot of positions here at the $100 mark. It's up 133, but I do think we're going to see a drop a little more. So just be looking out for that. Especially use the fear and greed index if you want to invest in Amazon. But these are companies that I would invest long term and really invest a lot of money into it. Right now, I would probably add a little bit of positions, maybe fractional shares. Fractional shares means you don't have to buy one whole share. You can buy a portion of the share, and you can compound that over time and grow your portfolio. Amazon's a great one. I personally, at this price, it's still a great price, but I do think we're going to see it lower. I'm telling you, I do think we're going to see it lower. So Amazon, it's a great one. Apple, of course, we all know Apple's an amazing company, but these are stocks that you should be holding on long term for many years. These are your go-to, your basically your fundamental stocks that you should be holding that are going to be proven to give you growth every year. Usually I've seen these stocks make probably around 30% on return for the most part every year. You've seen during the pandemic, after the pandemic, it blew up and then it dropped. But for the most part, before that, it was going around 30% every year. So consider that 30% is a really good mark for a return to make money. So Apple's an amazing one. Like I said, I would wait a little bit to buy a really good price. I do think we're gonna see another dip in the market. I'm telling you, once like house news comes out a little bit, I see this dropping. I'm telling you, this is my personal opinion. So yes, if you want to buy Apple, compound it. Don't ever sell if you see it going below what you bought it at. It's a great company. All these companies I'm mentioning to you are amazing companies that are going to grow over time. So even if they go a little bit lower, just don't pay attention to it. You want to make money online, and you want to invest in your future, and you want to grow your portfolio. These are fundamental stocks that you should be holding. If you want to really expand your portfolio, then you'll do like a little, you could consider them gambles to 10x your money here and there. Rocket is a great one, I personally believe. I do think this company is going to go to $100 easily eventually. This is the Reddit thing right here. It went to $43 with the Reddit army just pumping it, and I was hyped because I literally bought around, I had a small position around the $20 mark. Literally, like in a couple of days, it went to $43. My portfolio doubled, but I'm holding it long term. I'm definitely wanting to get to that $100 mark at least. This is an amazing company. You could tell what's the price of a company's worth by the EPS, earnings per share. And this one's, like I said, 5, and Apple, Amazon, Tesla, they're trading at around 100. So if you consider that with this price point, it should be trading at $170. So consider that. It's an amazing stock. And yeah, that's about it. One more thing. So let's say you have a long-term position on Apple, right? Say you're doing amazing and your portfolio is growing and the stock price is $300, and you're saying to yourself, this is too much money. I think Apple's going to drop down to $200. This is a way you, as an advanced trader, could actually make money both ways. See, what you can do is add a put option, and the put option will be extremely cheap, because it's going to be almost like an insurance. Think of it as an insurance policy. You're going to have a very cheap put option, and this is going to allow you to, even if the stock price drops, you're going to be making money from that. So long term, you're making money, and then in the short term, as an insurance, you're making money as well. This is how you can always make money in the stock market. Even the put option, if it's very low, a very far out put option at a very low price, you can actually make money, a lot of money from this. I'm going to be teaching more about that in this channel, but just consider that long-term growth is what you're looking for, and especially if you're trying to grow your portfolio. So make sure to follow this channel, like this video if you can, and I'll see you guys on the next one.